Pearl Abyss just dropped patch 1.1 for Crimson Desert, and it completely rewrites the endgame loop. Forget everything you knew about map traversal and faction defense, because the developers are treating this update less like a patch and more like an aggressive, massive expansion. We are officially getting a confirmed storyline overhaul, massive skill updates for Damien and Unka, and full cross-save support. But the absolute headline here is a brand new flying mount mechanic that completely destroys the worst restriction in the base game. If you've been frustrated by massive cooldowns just trying to explore Pywell, your entire experience is about to change. Let's break down exactly what dropped yesterday, and why the weapon and traversal meta is shifting forever. Let's start with the absolute best part of patch 1.1, the death of the mount cooldown. Don't get me wrong, the Black Star Dragon looks incredible, but the massive arbitrary cooldown timers on using him felt like a massive punishment just for trying to cross a massive open world. Pearl Abyss listened. You can now unlock a baby Wyvern, essentially a Lord of the Rings style fell beast, that you raise, feed and evolve into a permanent special mount. The game changer? This Wyvern has zero cooldown. You can summon it instantly, fly it seamlessly directly inside major cities, and it even comes equipped with its own unique combat attacks. They also added a collectible cuckoo bird chick that uses the exact same growth mechanic if you want a different aesthetic, but the Wyvern is easily the cleanest mount in the game right now. But flying around Pywell doesn't matter if the world feels dead, and that brings us to the massive endgame overhaul, the new Reblockade system. One of the biggest complaints from the community was that once you liberated a stronghold, it just sat there. There was no stakes, no dynamic friction. Patch 1.1 fixes this by introducing localized faction invasions. Strongholds you've already freed will now actively be targeted for recapture. Contribution masters in all 5 major regions have had their roles massively expanded. They now run exclusive, region-specific marketplaces where you can trade for high-tier gear, but you have to actively back them up. This introduces a dynamic battle and reconstruction phase. If you choose to ignore a siege, that stronghold can fall, locking you out of that region's unique market items until you fight to take it back. It adds a much-needed layer of world immersion. It actually feels like the citizens of Pywell are backing up Cliff and the Greymanes in real time. Now, if you need a break from grinding endgame sieges, the devs added something completely unexpected: classic arcade minigames integrated directly into the world hubs. Joining the existing arm wrestling and rock paper scissors are pinball and orb roll. But these aren't just silly distractions to blow off steam. Pearl Abyss actually locked critical endgame progression behind them. Participating in these minigames is currently one of the most efficient ways to farm Abyss artifacts, artifact chests, and high-tier gear crafting recipes. On top of that, we got a ton of weird but welcome flavor additions, like upgraded farming speed tools, customizable housing carpets, and a literal giant interactive cat tower hidden in the world. It sounds minor, but when you add up the quality of life adjustments, the interface feels significantly more intuitive than it did at launch. Looking at the broader picture, the real victory here is the upcoming roadmap. The developers admitted the main campaign narrative felt disjointed, and they are actively restructuring chapter transitions to make Cliff, Damien, and Unka's motivations actually make sense. Combine that narrative polish with the massive story update on the horizon, and Crimson Desert is proving it won't let its launch state define its legacy. I am tracking every single hidden change across this patch, so if you want to stay ahead or just appreciate my approach, make sure to hit subscribe.